My last video where I was going over the situation with my Xbox. For those of you that actually watched the video, you would recall that in the very, like the first 20 or so seconds, I basically said I wasn't expecting this to do any numbers aside from maybe the few like ride or die subscribers I have. And the next thing I know, that video is over 500 views, which for me is pretty crazy. And not to mention, I think over 50 comments. So I appreciate everybody that took the time to look at the video, comment on that video, and even the very few that decided to even donate. I ended up waking up early. I took the console back to the same shop. So my concern was like, I hope they don't hit me with, oh, you have to pay again, because I was ready to tell these guys, like, look, I was literally here a week ago. Thankfully, there was this lady there. Her name is Lynette, that worked there at the front desk. I was upset, but I tried to curb my emotions so I didn't project it onto her. So I detailed exactly what happened. I showed her the console and I told her, like, yeah, I was here a week before. By the time she was done entering all the information, I got the receipt and it said that, you know, because I was here prior, she waived the fee. I asked her, how long do you think it'll take to know something? She was like, all right, it'll be about maybe 5 p.m. So I didn't hear anything for the rest of that day, which I kind of wasn't surprised, but I was a little disappointed because I was literally on pins and needles, as the old saying goes. So the next morning around 9:14 a.m., she says, hello, good morning. This is Lynette over at ADVIII. I wanted to reach out and give you an update in regards to your Xbox diagnostic. I've attempted to test the console with a new power supply and the device still does not boot up. We are still working on the device to see if a motherboard repair on the power chip IC could help it, but no luck just yet. I will get back to you roughly around 12 p.m. to give you another update. So I end up responding to her. And then at 1:56 p.m. today, Eastern Standard Time, she then hits me with this. She says, hello. Unfortunately, bad news. Even after attempting to repair it and connecting new parts, the device remains almost the same. At this time, this device will be deemed unrepairable. I do apologize for the bad news, but there is nothing else we can do on our side to repair this console. She then goes on to say that you could still try sending it to manufacturer. At times, they can give you a replacement console. They will charge you a deductible and keep the console that is not functioning anymore. I responded to her inquiring about the replacement. And so then she says, hey, yes, I know. Sorry to be the one to bring you sad news about your console. And yes, pretty much they can take your old console as some sort of credit and they will let you know how much they would charge you for another console. You would have to contact them and request a mail-in repair, give them a detailed note of what you've experienced, and they can actually see regards of what we did here also just by the serial number they could pull it up. So then it just kind of goes on with me thanking her for her efforts and her work. That's basically it. When I think back on it now, it was never the console. It was the electrical wiring in my room. I just have so many questions that I don't think I'll get an answer to. Now, I don't know if maybe over the course of several updates to the Xbox console, maybe it resulted in it drawing more power than usual. I did leave my console in the instant on phase. I don't know if they have that for PlayStation. Doesn't really matter. I don't have a fucking PlayStation anyway. But for Xbox, you can either power it on normally, where it boots up from scratch, or you can have it to where it's kind of like in a sleep mode where you activate it, it kind of starts up. That's why they call it instant on. But it does draw more power. But I've always done that. So I don't know what happened in the last month, but ultimately at the end of the day, my Xbox is now dead. As I said at the very beginning of this video, I do appreciate the few people that did reach out and donate something to my PayPal. And the only reason why I left my PayPal link on that particular video when I was the initial video I had from my Xbox was because there was someone in my chat, not the chat, excuse me, in the comments section that said, is there a way that I can donate to where YouTube doesn't get their cut? And I was like, all right, I'll just add my pay. But I wanted to make sure everything was straight because it's not like I have people that do that often. I'm not fucking main man Swee. I'm not a big channel, so I don't have a constant stream of people just sending me shit. So I wanted to make sure everything was straight on that end, and it was. So I left. If you go back to that video, you'll see the pinned comment. I had a lengthy pinned comment with the PayPal and other stuff there. But yeah, as it stands right now, my console is basically done. So the option for me, based on what I had read earlier from the emails that I got from the tech, is to get the console back. I'm gonna make a ticket for Microsoft to see if I can send the console in with the goal of getting a replacement, see what their deductible is. I will try to see what I can do in terms of a replacement. I'm pretty sure it's going to cost me an arm and 2 legs that I don't have. And yeah, so I think that's what I'll just end off with that. So the segment that you just watched was clipped out from my last stream that I had done, which I have since privated. But I did clip out a few moments from the stream that I'll be posting. But I want to say that during that particular live stream, there was someone, a subscriber / member on my channel, that left me a very unexpected and a very gracious donation to my channel through my PayPal. And I was not expecting that. It was a bit of an emotional moment because that will greatly aid me in securing even a brand new Xbox Series X. So he wanted to remain anonymous. So that's part of the reason why I privated that particular stream, in addition to all the other personal stuff I was getting into, because I was really, those that were watching that stream, they'll know. But yeah, I'm not a fan of refurbished consoles, but with the little bit of money I have coming in from the YouTube payment that's set to drop on the 21st for me, and a couple of other things that I have going on, I will be able to take care of my cable bill as well as potentially get a new Xbox Series X, more than likely by the 21st of May. So I'll be back in business, so to speak. So I was at that point yesterday, as I am even today, extremely humbled by that level of generosity. As I mentioned in that particular stream yesterday, there was one other person that did something very similar, and I highlighted him as well. But yeah, I am very eager to get my new console, I will say, and I am ecstatic that I'll be having this opportunity thanks to that particular individual that made such a generous donation. And even when I did that initial video, I just didn't think that anybody would really even bother to tune in. And because of what happened with my Xbox that I had lost, I was pissed off. I was upset. I was angry. I was depressed, everything. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll just do a live stream, which is what I'm referring to from what I did yesterday. And I would say maybe an hour into it or so, this individual really came through for me in like a way that I would never have expected anybody to do. Well, maybe not anybody, but given the fact that, you know, this isn't somebody that I know personally or is not a relative. That's what I mean. So it really hit me, and I greatly appreciate that. So yeah, the good news is that I will be having a brand new Xbox Series X, most likely by the 21st or maybe the 22nd of this month, you know, if everything goes well, because I still have to take care of Optimum. I got to give them their money. And so, yeah, I'm ecstatic. I have a much better outlook on things right now, today, or May 13th. So I just wanted to record this separate segment, and I'm going to be editing it and attaching it to the part that I did during the live stream. You'll notice it because you see that's the reason I'm wearing a hoodie. So this part is what I'm doing May 13th. Everything else you saw was from yesterday's stream. But yeah, I'm very, very happy, very pleased. And yeah. So as I said before, I will be uploading a few other segments from that stream that I have privated. I did make mention of Katsuhiro Harada's new SNK studio. I talked about that. I talked about the potential of Invincible Versus. I talked about the future of gaming. So there'll be about 3 other segments that I will be uploading pretty soon. And, you know, hopefully you'll tune in for that. And so I guess that is the end of my bad news, good news video. Again, I'm very, very happy. And yeah, I guess I'll keep going on. And anyway, salute. And thanks to everybody that tuned in, that continues to tap in with me, that decides to share their comments, you know, be a channel member. I greatly appreciate that, because that definitely helps with the YouTube revenue month after month after month. You'll be surprised that those little $2 memberships do add up. And even those that are at the $5 and $10, you know, I greatly appreciate everybody, because it's tough when you're a very small channel and you're trying to do what you can to get better, improve, you know, and just keep on grinding. So I greatly appreciate everybody that left comments on that initial video, and those that may leave their comments on this particular video. So shout outs and salutes to each one of you guys. And yeah, so like I said, by May 21st or the 22nd, I'll have a new Xbox console, and I don't know, maybe I'll do a little bit of an unboxing. I don't know. You know, like even though the damn thing's been out for like about 6.5 years, why not, right? And so yeah, anyway, I'm out. Salute.